guys, it is Mary, and we much to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below, because today we are reviewing I Love a Mama's Boy, and we are going to get right into it. We are going to basically talk about, who was first? I think we're going to talk about Shakib. Yes, I think that one was quite interesting. Yes, Shakib and Emily. As you guys know, he had left Emily, and he had gone to stay with his mama. His mommy
for 3 days now.
For 3 days, living like a king in this black velvet gold robe, with
and
her feeding him,
rubbing his face,
and
giving
massaging
him, and making his bed, and feeding him. Actually feeding him.
Yes.
And even the bird is feeding him too.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Shakib, but he
decided to go back to Emily to see what's going on.
He did decide to go home, but before he did that, he decided to call
Yusra called him.
Oh.
Yusra called him, and he even said, you know, he was going to call Yusra. So he's actually quite surprised that she called him after everything
that had been going on and stuff like that.
So he apologized. She also apologized, said, I'm not a homewrecker.
I would feel so conflicted.
She had her makeup done. She was all dolled up. He said, oh, are you going on a date? And she was like, oh, no. And right away, I know he already knew that she wanted him.
Yes. Yeah. So what I thought was very interesting, because before they hung up or whatever, she said, you know, if it doesn't work with Emily, you know, give me a call. And with that, I mean, then what did he say?
Like, oh, Yusra, winking. What does that mean? He knows exactly what that means. And so do she. So I guess Emily was right. You is a homewrecker. Well, they're not married yet, but
I honestly
Emily may be crazy as hell, but Yusra,
now
she could smell the air. Emily could smell and see that. Yeah. Now Yusra likes him.
Yeah. Well, now personally, I do. Now there was someone in the comment section. I responded to them earlier today. Hey, girl. But I think you had said that you think that we're being too hard on Emily.
We're not being hard enough. That cuckoo girl. She is cuckoo, and the preview that I saw, she goes even more ballistic.
You see, because at first I was trying to take what she was saying in consideration, right? But then I was like, you know, Emily.
You saw the preview?
I saw the preview. And then I remember when she was throwing Layla's things off the balcony. Now, yes, Layla did call her a pig. I guess that is a sensitive topic, because I guess she's a little plumper than most in her culture.
Be called a pig, especially not a big woman. Don't call me a pig. I will not forgive you for that.
Right.
That's what I will even care. But because I know I'm not a pig, right?
Yes.
But some people are going to take that personally. I mean, I think, you know, I mean, I'm a mature woman. I'm 51, so insults don't matter anymore. I think you get to a certain age where insults just don't matter. It's like, insulting me, what are we? Like, high school, you know.
But I just personally, I feel the whole thing with Emily and Layla, I feel like Layla is never going to like Emily, because there is a certain person that she wants for her son. And that is okay to have that for your children. They might not go for it, but I don't think Shakib is seriously ever going to marry Emily. So I really think the mom should just let that relationship go to hell on its own. That's what I personally think, because he's not serious. But also that I feel like, because Layla never would like Emily, that's how it is. But I also feel like had Emily decided that she's going to be respectful, she's going to really try to make this relationship work, maybe Layla would have gotten to a point where she would have accepted her.
I think so.
And if Shakib,
especially if she was kind, and if she treated Shakib well, and also treated Layla well.
But also, I feel like the main reason why Layla is not respectful of her, because Shakib is not respectful of Emily or their relationship as well. I feel like what Matt has done with his mom, you know, that mom who yanked the tree out of the thing. Yanked the tree out of the garden, remember?
Oh, yes.
You know, because Matt said that he is now dating an older woman. He put it straight to his mom. This is who I'm going to be with. I don't give a damn what you say. It is what it is. You see how she has backed off.
Yeah.
If Shakib would have done that with Emily from the beginning, and Emily was actually respectful to the mother, then this could have actually worked. But because Emily is also disrespectful and she is crazy, like there is very serious potential for violence there. I'm not even going to lie.
I think so.
But because of that,
not even a joking thing.
That's dead ass. That's serious.
Like the way she behaves, there is serious anger issues she has.
Yeah.
That she really has to seek therapy for. I mean, she really does. Because for you to be so angry, for anyone to get you to that point, that you become violent, even if it's against a plant. Or
I didn't even do nothing to you.
I don't even know what
she's throwing napkins in her face like this. I'm
like
just
that.
like...
She calls Shakib
He's
stupid.
like, are you mentally retarded or something? Which I thought was out of line.
Like,
but
effing stupid. Like, this girl... She has anger issues. I would love to know more about like her personal life. Like we keep on seeing Shakib and his mom, but
there's something going on. But I also feel like maybe she has not been accepted in the Asian community because I think her mom even hinted. I think her mom even hinted that she would not, an Asian man would not go for her. I think maybe because they have this idea that they want their women to be a certain size or whatever. Yeah. I don't know.
And she's also, I think maybe she's also taller too.
Yeah, like she's taller.
She's big bone.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, well, that's just my analysis on it. But
American cooking.
Yeah, but I think
I mean, American food, like
America was damn sure get you fat. Cause when we came here to Africa, me and Mom had dropped about 15, 20 pounds
we
each.
Have dropped weight.
We have dropped serious weight. Like I think when we first came to Africa, we were eating like nothing but fruits. Cause we gotta do a video on Tanzania just about the food, honey. Yeah. But that's another topic. But yeah, that's what I think it is.
A whole bunch of water.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that American food will
fatten you up real quick.
Than maybe if you go to Asia, how people are, because their lifestyle and what they eat and stuff like that.
Exactly.
But Emily has to. She got to get a grip in the way she behaves.
Yeah.
She just has to.
But
Layla is never going to change. She's always going to be, whatever. However, Layla is not going to change. But there was something. Oh yeah, I remember what I was going to say. Shakib, I did not know that he was married before.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay.
He was married before, but it didn't work.
Yeah, so maybe that could be why. I don't think people who are being divorced and they're still in their 30s, I don't think they're necessarily really looking.
But that's what I'm saying. He's not ready to get married. This man, he'll probably get married and settle down when he's like in his mid-40s.
And he might settle down with Emily, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. That's why he's giving you promise ring for the next 5 years.
Anyway, let's talk about Robert's mother. So she went to go see the son, and she was like, talking to him about how I'm going to beat that girl's ass.
Oh, the other son.
Yes, the other son. Talking about how dare she take her son away from me. She was like breaking down in tears, talking about it, whatever.
Yeah.
My thing is with that mother, I feel like she's just out of line. But totally. I feel like I said with Shakib, if the sons actually put that thing there where you don't disrespect my wife, this is how it's going to be, the disrespect would not be so predominant from the mother. You see how Matt's mom has just kind of shut the hell up because he has told her, I don't give a damn. But he's not going to make any waves, because if she dares to make any waves, he's just going to cut her out. I mean, look how he has cut her out from her even knowing about this woman. So I feel like the reason why the mother is so disrespectful, because you as a child know how your parent is. Yeah. So if the sons actually would step up and be like, this is my woman, you can't do this, you can't do that, and they didn't just talk about, but they actually took action, the women would not be going through this hell.
Exactly.
But like I said, if a man's really into you, he will protect and provide for you.
Yes.
And he will nurture that relationship.
And Robert does not care, because
he doesn't care.
He takes Chrissy again with the daughter,
the daughter who
second chance.
The daughter who had the paternity test. He took that child to go, and the mother was even looking at her like, So all of those looks, and just like, you probably think she's a bastard child to some other man, and all this foolishness.
And she told him,
the way she was looking at the child.
You had some.
You had some doubt.
We all could see, Robert, that you had doubt.
Yeah.
We all can see.
Everybody can see that but Christy.
Well, she kind of saw it because when he got the test and he was all excited, she said, you actually seem excited for real, as though you had doubts.
But I think she put that in the back of her head. Like, she didn't really want
conveniently.
to. Yeah.
But Robert, he went back to see the mom.
To give you a second chance.
I don't know why Christy
why you keep traumatizing this woman?
I know.
Like, I don't understand. Then you go and traumatize the child who has it. So by the time they're leaving and she's yelling and cussing at the son, the child's looking all depressed. And then she gave the child some toy. I would not have taken that toy. I would have thrown it away because I don't know what you put in that toy for my child that you don't like.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then she's going there for what? The woman will never ever apologize. You need to divorce that man. You know, and I know.
Or stop going. You know,
stop
if he
going.
says, "Oh, I want to go give my mom," it's like, "Okay, honey, you go do that." When she's ready to apologize, call me on the speaker. I'll listen to her. Okay, I'm not going to go with you. I'm not going with you. And Chrissy, when you start doing things like that, just refuse to be in her presence for her to be disrespectful to you.
Or let her see the kids.
Don't let her see the children if this is how she's going to behave.
Yeah, I just thought it was foolishness. I thought it was
foolishness. If this is how she's going to behave, then you don't get to see the children, you know? And that's what you just have to do.
Yeah.
And tell Robert, no, she's rude. I don't want her to be mean to my kids, you know? And just leave it at that.
Yes. That was a mess, and I felt horrible for her. But at this point, girl, you just have to distance yourself. But let's talk about Ethan. He goes to see his mother. Well, no, first...
with the mother's
Alina, is that her name? Elena goes to go try on wedding dresses, and with this is my thing. Like, she is so insecure. Like, it just reeks off of her. Yeah. And her mother also does not help.
Yeah.
Like, she is there kind of like encouraging.
You're not having cold feet, are you?
Like, how dare you have cold feet?
Yeah, if you act like that, the daughter will say, no, I'm not having cold feet. I mean, because...
Like, she immediately started wiping her tears away. Like, I just feel like with her, you have to be able to just let stuff roll off your back.
She just can't. She cannot. And you went there to try a wedding dress with your mom, yet you're there talking about Esther.
She's not even in the room.
She's not even there.
And my thing, if you are feeling so jealous and so contentious, like at this point, I actually think she's jealous of the mom. Yeah. And I feel like it's because she does not get the love and affection that she really wants from her man.
Yes,
but she sees that she is giving all that to his mom. Like, she wants her man to feel like, oh, that's my woman. Sexy. She's so beautiful. She's so sexy. Like, she wants him to say all those things about her. Exactly. So now I think she not jealous of the mom necessarily, but she's jealous of the relationship they have. Yeah. She wishes he would be that way with her. Yeah. Now, me personally, I feel like she should not necessarily worry about the mother and the son, because even the stepfather said they have always been like this, and she married him when he was 27.
Yes, and she had her 4 boys after she got her divorce.
She married a nice little young thing, and she has always been this way. You're not going to change like a 40 or 30-year relationship in a week because you're getting married to him.
She has to kind of get used to it. And Neil that's the mom's husband, that would be a good place for her to talk to.
Yeah, for sure. That's
why she should reach out to Neil, talk to Neil, see how have you had to deal with this and stuff like that, so he can tell her, hey, look, this is never going to change. Sometimes I felt jealous, sometimes I feel like they go too far, but this is how they are. She calls them all the time, and even I'm like, why are you calling them? And she's, she wants to know day to day what they're doing. So,
but what I think is the issue with her is that it's not even she has to get used to a relationship. She needs to feel that from her man. Mm-hmm. And I feel like the reason why she doesn't feel that, I feel like the mom has this confidence about her. She actually has to do inner work where she is at a place where she feels so good about herself that she doesn't necessarily worry about what the mother has to say about Ethan is saying to his mom. And then she also needs to focus on strengthening her relationship with Ethan. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't think that, if he stops talking to his mom or calling her sexy, that automatically he's going to start calling you sexy.
Exactly.
It really has nothing to do with them.
Sexy.
Like, I'm going to say this again. And
we have already talked about that, but yeah.
Blonde is not your color, boo. And black hair is not your mother's color either. No. So I just feel like she needs to go on a girls' trip, Go get your hair done. Do something new. Go get a whole new wardrobe. Do something spicy and
do
insist
that before the wedding. So by the wedding, you're looking
and feeling good about yourself. Go get your nails done every week. Go get your hair done. Do stuff that makes you feel good. Go see a therapist about stuff and get that inner work done.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't really think it has anything to do with a relationship. It's what she wants with her man.
Yeah.
And she has to do inner work so she's not insecure.
Exactly.
And feeling like this lack of self-confidence.
And sometimes with men, you got to tell them exactly what you want. Honey, I want you to tell me I'm sexy every day. And he will put that in his mind and remember to do that. Sometimes you just have to just be that blunt, you know.
Yeah.
You have to
just
let men know
spell it out
what
for
you
them.
want.
They're very
and they
simple
take it,
people.
They take it like a task, and that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Like, men are very simple people. Like, I don't feel like they're very difficult to figure out.
No.
Personally,
really
I just
not.
don't.
Mm-mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the mom even told you, they want their head to be petted.
Yes.
They want to be complimented.
Yes.
They want to feel like the man of the household. All that stuff. But no, you said, I don't need advice from her. She's been married twice. She raised 5 boys. How you going to tell her? You got kids?
And she married a young thing.
A young thing. She attracted a young thing with 4 boys.
She know. Okay?
And he's still sitting there pretty.
She's surrounded by 5 men. She knows.
She would know, boo. She would know. So if I were you, I would take advice and heed. Okay? But, okay, let's talk. I think
Esther, if you're listening to this, please open up a podcast or something and let us know about some men. Because obviously you know what it takes, girl.
Yes,
we
honey.
will subscribe to that.
Boop. But yeah, so I think it was just Elena, it was Robert, and I think they talked about Christine and Emily. But I think that was all about the I Love a Mama's Boy.
Yeah.
So we were dressing like...
Oh no, we forgot about Loretta and Trey. So Abby has gone back home. Thank you, goodness.
The mom is very happy.
The mom's very happy. She said that...
I got my baby back. I got my baby back.
She said that she will not be visiting Abby's store anymore, which
and
is fine.
he was laughing.
We don't want to see you there Abby don't want to see you there anyway.
Yeah. And then he's laughing.
Trey was like, now I feel like I can be with myself. You see, women, like we always say, men will never break up with you.
No.
You're the one who has to make the decision for your life.
Yeah.
And they will never break up with you. They will string you along for how many years, waste your time, waste your youth.
They will avoid confrontation like the plague. They literally will never say anything. Mm-hmm. They will just drive you away by things they do.
Exactly.
So, but, you know, so...
You have to make those decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that she did that.
I'm happy when I see women make good decisions for her life. Because, girl, you pushing 30. She is 3 years from 30. Can you imagine if she went in her 30s? You just came into her life, just sucked all the youth. Like, even she's glowing now. Like, she had this grayish pallor when we first saw her. Now she looks happier.
As her mom hugged her, I said, oh my goodness, she's looking pink now. The grayish pallor was gone. Just like that. As soon as you dropped him, that grayish pallor was gone. As you were driving to your mama's house, that grayish pallor was leaving you, girl.
Yes, yo.
Good for you, girl.
I think that was it, right?
I think that was all.
Yes, but next week we are going to be seeing, I think, was it Robert gets into it again with his mother or something like that. Matt, that girl Brittany cusses out Matt and calls him a PAD.
I can't wait to see that.
Y'all just look at what that means.
Cannot wait to see that.
Yes, and then I think Emily and Shakib, Emily starts throwing napkins in her face and then she starts insulting Shakib. I'm sorry, but I will be carrying a weapon in my house if my son is still dating that girl. Because you ain't going to have, because she know my address.
Or trespassing.
I will be having 911. I have a trespasser.
Yeah, just call the popo.
I don't know.
Don't have a weapon, Layla. Just call the popo. You're not, Emily, don't. No,
if the cameras are not there, I really do feel...
going to jail for some mess. No.
I honestly feel like if the cameras were not there, she would do something serious.
In at night, that's a whole different thing.
I'm going to say this. Honestly, I was traumatized. I was really traumatized when I saw her throw those plants at that wall, and then she was yelling at the wall.
I was barefooted. It was so
and then I thought it was crazy that she
stuff going on. She needs Emily.
She needs some damn help.
Emily, you need to go get therapy. Seriously, you cannot allow yourself to lose total control of your own faculties like that. No one should get you there. No one should get you to a place where you behave in such an uncontrollable fashion. nothing anyone does to you, like outside of them putting hands on you, nobody has put hands on you. That's all, put hands on you, let's go. But that has not occurred. Nobody.
This is
no words,
and the thing is,
like,
there's no respect for the
there.
elderly. There's no respect for the elderly. Like, at the end of the day, I know people say that I'm gonna treat you how you treat me, but I was raised in the 90s where you respected your elderly. No matter how much you didn't like that person, you respected the elderly people. No, I was born 1998. Okay, but still, I am a Gen Z baby, and my mom told me, even if you don't like an adult, even if they have cussed you out or whatever the case may be, you still say Mr., Mrs., whatever. You keep your respect. You have some goddamn self-control. It's like nobody wants to respect the elderly now. I just think it's ridiculous. Like, if there's anything else, Emily, look at this woman is old enough to be your grandmother. At least have respect.
Asian culture respects their elders.
So I'm
not sure how far you have fallen from that tree, girl.
And I know your mama raised you better than that.
And also, Asians also have like control of themselves too. Like,
they stay meditating. So how you are just off the rails?
And that's not being a stereotype. They're just certain cultures that they're not. You don't see this kind of behavior. Like, go and talk to your mom.
I think it's very American.
If you're having problems and stuff like that, why don't you, ask your mom to speak to her directly? One Asian woman to this, another Asian woman.
She's Afghanistan.
Yeah, but that's near that area. Like, I'm just saying, your mom can speak to her. You know what I'm saying? So that Layla doesn't just see you, she sees that you have a mother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you're a part of somebody, Yeah. So that's another way to go. But this misbehavior, it just rubs me the wrong way. It really does.
It just gives,
It hurts my heart because that's his mom. And you have zero respect for Shakib if you're going to treat his mom that way.
Mom, she called him mentally stupid or something. Like, it's giving mentally unstable. That's what it's giving, Emily.
Yeah.
Very unstable.
Yeah.
But
you need therapy for some serious anger management, for real.
You honest to God don't need to be with nobody for at least 2 years. Yeah. Like, there's some serious healing that needs to get done.
Exactly. You're lucky that she didn't put some kind of protective order against you after you did that in her home.
Listen, if this was anybody else's mother, they probably would have laid you out. If I'm being honest.
Or just called, really, have it in the book that this is how you misbehave,
I probably, honestly, if you came to my house and you were throwing plants, I would have called the cops so quick. I would have seen her coming up with the shoes, and I would have been like, hello?
Because I hate to see young women act out like this. Because there shouldn't be anything a man is doing, his mother is doing. If a man is not standing up to, his mom calls you a pig, and he's not standing up for you and stuff like that, like, leave him the hell alone. You want him to marry you. You want him to engage you. It's not by force. If he doesn't want to,
go on about your business.
Even if the whole Asian community, they don't want you, let me tell you something, there are at least 5 billion more people in the world. There are at least 2 more billion men in the world, Emily, that you can find. Shakib is not the whole package. Whatever. It's not the whole package. But for you, a young woman, to be acting like this, it's just deplorable. It's just, I'm not looking forward to seeing her next time. I'm just not, because I know she's going to do something that's going to make me just upset. I don't like to see, like I said, older people, like, you're yelling. It's too much. Anywho, moving right along. And I gotta look at the son too. If I have a son,
this is who you hanging with. This is who you're bringing around me. Like,
don't bring her to my home. Don't.
I'm about to report you too, because you endangering my life, and I'm your mother. You should know better.
That's too much. That is.
But yeah, yo, it's Mary,
and
we invite you guys to like,
share,
subscribe,
and comment
down below.